Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock-related queries. Now, in case you have queries about the stocks in your portfolio or those that are coming afresh on your watch list, do seek professional advice that we will get you right here on the show. Top market experts will be joining in. Our first guest is already with us, Jay Thakkar, Head of Derivatives and Quant Research and Vice President of ICICI Securities. Warm welcome, Jay. Good to have you with us. Finally, some green back on the screen. We have 23,740 as far as the Nifty is concerned. Budget fine print getting digested, as well as we are now looking forward to what the RBI policy should bring in. Your take on how are you looking at the current setup?
Hi, very good afternoon to you, Sakshi, and it's good to be back again on your show. Thanks for having me on your show. And as far as index is concerned, yes, Sakshi, I would say that we anticipated this short covering. We had come out with a derivatives and quant report on the index just a couple of days ahead of the monthly settlement as well as the budget. That's on 24th of Jan. We were anticipating a bounce back coming till 23,800 to 24,200 range. And here we have Nifty about 23,700 already. This is happening on back of short covering, point number one. Right, we are witnessing short covering in many stocks. In fact, the kind of budget also which we have seen focuses mainly on the three things. One is the consumption-led growth, point one. Second is, prudence, fiscal deficit, I would say. So they have tried to better that as well. Better than the expectation. So there is a good stability out there as far as fiscal deficit is concerned. And the third is definitely capex. So once again, this is the third year we are seeing more than 10 lakh crore allocation towards the capex, more than 10 lakhs. So I know it's more than 11 lakhs, but rather summing up the last 3 years capex, it would get you about 30 lakhs kind of a capex from the government side, which is quite positive. If there is a domestic-led growth as well as Sakshi, then there is a good possibility of the private capex also to come in, which can help in further growth. So growth is likely to come going forward. If there's the inflation, if that comes down going forward, then the room for the RBI to cut rates will be even more. And as you rightly pointed out, on Friday we have a policy. We think that there is a chance, at least for 25 bips cut this time around, and we are already seeing good momentum coming in the banking and financial names. So ahead of that, in anticipation of the same, I think if that comes out, it would be really positive for the sector going forward as well. Bank Nifty is trading well above 50,000 level, and above 50,000, it's likely to reach towards 51,000 as well. So 50,000 as a short-term support. Bank Nifty can reach towards 51,000, and Nifty can reach towards 24,000 to 24,200 range.
Understood. Okay, Jay, let's start taking the queries from our viewers then on the show. We have Avdesh Thakur's question first. He wants to know on Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, a fresh entry for a medium term. Would it be advised at this current level? Utkarsh Small Finance Bank currently at around 30 odd levels, so very small ticket stock. Today there's some kind of a bounce, 2.7% higher. Your sense?
Well, yeah. So it's a non-FNO stock. It's in the equity cash segment. I have a very huge focus on FNO stocks. However, looking at it technically, I would say that the stock seems to have formed an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and there is a possibility of a bounce back from current levels at least until 34, 35, as there has been a positive divergence on the daily chart as well. So yes, on the downside, I would say actually 29 is a good support, whereas 35 is the likely level where it can go and test in the short term based on the good bullish reversal pattern that's formed on the daily chart.
Right. We'll take some other questions too. We have Samvit Nageshwar's question now. His first question is on Marico. He wants to know whether a fresh entry is advised on Marico, looking at the consumption theme and the focus back on FMCG stocks. And the second question is, which are the sectors to be avoided at the current market scenario?
Of course, Marico looks good. Yes, looking at the consumption theme, we saw the Nifty FMCG index bouncing back, Sakshi, and we saw that it was good until the budget day. But then since past couple of days, trading sessions, including today, we have been seeing some, selling pressure from the higher levels. But overall, net, I think that the bounce back for the short covering might continue in the FMCG because we had seen that short covering. But Marico is one stock wherein there was not much of shorts. In fact, rather there were longs. We saw long unwinding wherein it retested the breakout levels from which it has provided a breakout around the levels of 580, 600 range. And now it is back beyond 650. Marico, I think, has a good chance in the short term to move beyond 700, 650, considering that as a good support in the short term. I think one can go along with Marico. This is one stock which is quite positive or relatively better in good in momentum as compared to its peers. So I think Marico is one of the outperformers and is likely to stay. So one can be into this. And the sectors which can be avoided actually at this point of time. See, I think Nifty oil and gas, there is not much in Nifty oil and gas as a sector apart from Reliance, wherein there is good amount of reversals from the in the open interest from the high levels. You've seen Y coming down by 25%, and hence the stock has managed to bounce back in yesterday's session by more than 3%. It's quite oversold. There's good amount of positive divergence. So too much of shorts at this lifetime high, from which we are seeing some short covering as far as Y is concerned. So price wise, we can see that action coming to 1300 to 1350. That's the stock only stock in the entire oil and gas basket as of now, which looks promising from the short covering point of view. Apart from that, this sector has done underperformed quite a lot, so one can avoid this.
Okay, understood. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers who's writing on our WhatsApp number. That's Swati. She says between Power Grid and Hoodco, she has these stocks. Should she average or should she sell? Her purchase level in Power Grid is 318, and on Hoodco, she has bought the stock at 232. Now she wants to know whether it's the time to average these two stocks or should she exit Power Grid and Hoodco.
Well, see, as far as both of these stocks are concerned, they have seen a good correction already. And coming to the short-term derivatives position in both of them, actually, I am looking at Power Grid. So Power Grid for me looks that that we have seen good amount of shorts, and there is already a sign of a short covering in this stock. So I think one can
Okay.
definitely hold on to Power Grid. One can add Power Grid at the current levels as well. Sitting around the levels of 200 and 83, 85 levels. In fact, rather I would say. So one can definitely add Power Grid at the current levels. We are seeing signs of short covering. Or rather, we had seen more of the correction coming in Power Grid due to long unwinding, and the OI has dropped down actually by almost 30 odd percent. So Power Grid one can definitely go long on at the current levels. One can see the levels of 315. So at least the average would be 300. So it would be a better chance to exit above the average. And the second stock is Hurco. That stock relatively, I think Power is better than Hurco. Hurco has a strong resistance in the zone of 230 to 240. Only about those levels we can see further upward momentum. So avoid averaging Hurco as of now, but Power can be definitely averaged.
All right, okay. We have a caller with us now. Lavish is here from Indore and he's written that he's a big fan of yours, Jay. Let's get talking with him. Hi, Lavish. Good afternoon to you. Good to be speaking to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, how are you, ma'am?
I'm all well
Good
and
afternoon.
you're a fan of Jay and Jay is with us
Yeah,
on
yeah, I'm a
the
huge
show.
fan of Jay, sir. Huge fan of Jay, sir. Ma'am, I have two
Okay.
queries. First one is I have 500 time Technoplast at the rate of 390. Uh, Please tell me the 1 year target. And second one is I want to buy grease cotton right now.
Okay.
It's also for 1 year.
Okay, fine. Jay, for Lavish, what would you want to say? Time Technoplast, he holds the share at 390. He wants to know a 1 year target. And the other one is Greaves Cotton for 6 months.
Well, hi Lavesh. It's nice to hear it out from you. And definitely, I mean, as far as time techno is concerned, I think the short-term momentum of here is negative. I mean, both of these stocks are non-FNO stocks. As a disclaimer, I would say that I find more of FNO stocks. But having said that, Lavesh, while I look at the time techno stock, I think that see, short-term it has got a good range of 355, 360. So that should be your stop loss, I would say, if you're having longs. And otherwise, I think that on the downside you should be trading your stop loss to 380. I understand that your buying range is 390, so 380 should be your stop loss if you are very or maybe little less aggressive or conservative. And if you are aggressive, then your stop loss should be 350, and you can continue holding that. If those levels are held, there is a chance that it goes back to 450, 460 levels, wherein you can review it. Right. As far as the Greece cotton is concerned, this stock is relatively quite better, I would say, and the momentum out here is very strong. I think that on the downside, 230 to 240 range is a very crucial support range for Greece cotton. Until those levels are held, the overall trend out here will be positive. I think that there is uh, the momentum which we are looking at the larger scale as well from the monthly to quarterly charts. That's also quite positive. So this is a good stock from the long term point of view. You can definitely keep that in a portfolio.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from Mr. G. Tagar, and he says, "Hi Jay sir, I need your advice on persistent systems. What should be my strategy here?" Now, Jay, we all know how mid-cap IT firms have actually outperformed even in the recent earnings that have come in, and the way stock prices have also moved. Would you still be bullish on persistent at 6,200?
Well, definitely, Persistent has outperformed quite a lot, in fact, the entire Nifty IT. And the kind of, this has been one of the stocks, actually, I would say, which has not even corrected much, despite, the volatility we saw in the Nifty IT sector as post his earnings as well. I mean, this has managed to hold on to his previous lows. And this is one of the major contributors of the mid-cap select Nifty as well, which is there in the FMO segment. So I think persistent, the overall trend is still positive, I would say. Christian, when I look at this from the derivatives angle, I mean, see, we had seen long unwinding in this stock, and we have again started seeing long build up. Okay. So until 550, 5,500 levels are held on persistent on a closing basis, the trend should be positive, and one can look out for the levels of 6,800 on an immediate basis. Beyond that, it can go until 7,200 as well. 5,500 till those levels are held, the short-term trend is positive. You can continue holding that as a stop loss. If you hedge it, I mean, one can hedge it having a put option of say 6,000 or maybe 5,800, or maybe one can hedge it by having a covered call strategy by selling 6,500 or maybe 6,700 for on the other side.
Okay, got that. Hope this has answered your question. Let's go across to another one of our viewers who's asking a question. Let's take the one from our YouTube viewers. Neha Jain writes in, says, "Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Neha. Hope you're doing well." Her question is on KFintech. And she says, "I have these shares at the rate of 1,330. Should I add more? I have a 6 months horizon on this one." That's her question. 1193. So it's come down below her purchase level, but the stock has moved up today, 8.5%, and the entire capital markets related stock space is performing today. Your sense on KFintech?
Well, see, I would say that the run-up in KFintech has been phenomenal. Technically looking at it first, because it's not there in derivatives, so we will not be able to provide derivatives view, but technically looking at it, see, Sakshi, this stock bottomed somewhere in March 23, around the levels of 270, 75 range, right? And from there, it had a unidirectional move with not major correction until the levels of 1,575, 1,600. So from those levels, you can say that it went 5 to 6 times, 5 times at least, right, from the lows. And that was until December 24. So in 15 to 18 months, we saw this stock getting 5 times from its lows. And now the kind of correction which we have seen, it has lost the momentum in the medium term. So in short term, it's quite oversold. It's bouncing back. The entire sector is bouncing back and can bounce back until 1,350, 1,400 levels. But then the probability of taking off 1,675, 1,700 and making a lifetime high looks less likely. Going forward, I think this stock is more likely to consolidate time-wise and price-wise, at least for next couple of quarters, post which we can see the upward rally. So if your time horizon is less, 3-6 months, then I think on a bounce, you should be exiting it. Buying right now, bringing down your average and exiting at a higher level. If your time horizon is more than 2 years, definitely you can add at the lower levels, probably, if you get it again down in the second round.
Got it. Let's take another question then. This also is on the capital market space itself. This is Chandan Jain from Hubli in Karnataka, and he wants to know on CAMS. He wants to know, can he buy at the current market price or should he wait for some more dips on CAMS? Would it be a similar view as you've shared on KFinTech as well, Jay, on this one too?
Well, as far as CAMS is concerned, this stock as well, I mean, Sakshi, from around those period only, I mean, April, May, or March period of 23 had seen same kind of move until December. The entire sector had seen that run up. And this stock went up from 2100 to, 5000 plus. So we didn't see that five times of kind of run up in CAMS, but it's almost more than doubled. I mean, we can say that 1.5 times, right? The correction has been more as relative to, fintech. I mean, stock has corrected from 5,300 to 3,400. So the correction was quite sharp. So as Camden is concerned, this is one stock which is there in derivatives. So the short build-ups we've seen here in December as well as in Jan, and the kind of bounce which we are seeing is on account of short covering. So from the medium-term point of view, yes, my view would be the same. Okay, from the short-term point of view, looking at the derivatives data, actually, I think that this stock is likely to bounce back, and retrace until the levels of 4,300 to 4,400. So that those are the bounce back levels or the retrace levels which I'm looking at for the short term. Medium term view is if reverse quite sharply, so it will take time to form a bottom. Probably for the medium to long term. For the short term, definitely it can bounce back to 43, 44 level.
Okay. We have another question, and this one is from Devanshu Prabhu from Mumbai, who says he's a regular viewer of Business Today. Hi, Devanshu. Good to be hearing from you. His question is on the banking space, Jay. Two stocks from here he has chosen. One is Bank of Baroda. He already has a position here at the rate of 260, and the other one is South Indian Bank, which he has purchased at 28 levels. Now he wants to know if he should hold it, what could be the targets on both these stocks in the short term, or should he switch to some other stocks? He has a short term horizon.
Well, short term, I think, see, Bank of Baroda have been witnessing long unwinding, I would say, quite a good amount of long unwinding. I mean, just from this relative to underperforming the Nifty PS2 bank segment as well. So, Bank of Baroda, from the derivative point of view, is not looking attractive. Rather, I would say that Can Bank is looking positive in the short term and it can bounce to 104. So, if you are having a short term view, I think Can Bank is relatively looking better than Bank of Baroda. So, you can make a shift there. Right. And as far as South Indian Bank is concerned, I mean, that's not there in the FNO. But however, technically, if I look at it, then it seems to be consolidating within a range of say 24 to 27. The stock has outperformed the current recent fall which we have seen in the banking. So I think that, with this bank index, which is likely to bounce back and 51,000 in that, South Indian Bank can also, go beyond, surpass the 27 levels. So that's good. I mean, if you're having it, you can hold on with a stop loss below 24. But as far as Bank of Baroda is concerned, you can shift to Can Bank.
Okay, understood. I hope this has also answered your question with the way how you should be going forward to these specific banks. Let's take another one. This is from one of our viewers who is Ankur Modi, and he wants to know on Wipro, again the IT space. He says, I have Wipro around the current levels itself, and I've been holding it from last 2-3 years, but so basically the stock has circled back to his own purchase level over the last 2 to 3 years, and he wants to know, should he exit this stock and buy something else, because in the last 2 to 3 years he is actually sitting on then virtually no returns on Wipro. What would your suggestion be then, Jay?
If your view is for the long term, then you should be holding on to this stock. I mean, it's a slow mover. It has been a slow mover in the past as well. So I mean, expecting those kind of sharp moves as we have seen in Infosys, probably from the large cap, or maybe if you compare to that of the mid cap IT names, probably you may not get it. But then Wipro has been doing good fundamentally as well. I mean, the outlook, the guidance was good. They're doing good in the AI space as well. From the derivatives perspective, we did not see any shorts getting built up here. And slowly and gradually, long additions are happening and the prices are going up, the UI is going up. So I mean, from derivatives point of view, what looking at the technical, the long term looks promising. Short term, you will definitely see Wipro performing or underperforming the sharp upwards. So if you kind of person who would have, and as you have been holding since past 2 years, so I think your patience level is good enough. So from the long-term point of view, this is a good stock. You can continue holding it because the lifetime high of Wipro is somewhere beyond 350, which many of the IT stocks had taken off like that of TCS, Infineon, okay, HCL Tech from the large caps, and Wipro has not. But then the fundamentals are good, the derivatives is good outlook. So I think the probability of that happening is also there. So continue holding it. I mean, patiently, you will definitely get good results going forward.
Okay, got that. We have a caller now with us. Rupesh Agarwal has dialed in. He is from Prabhane. Hi Rupesh, how are you? Namaskar, कैसे हैं?
हाँ बढ़िया हूँ मैडम।
बताइए, क्या सवाल?
मेरे पास माइक्रोन शेयर से मैडम 15,000।
बायोकॉन, ओके,
हाँ एट द रेट 357।
ठीक है। आउटलुक क्या है? अच्छा, शॉर्ट
शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए मैडम क्या है?
ठीक है। 357 पर लिया है, प्रॉफिट में आप हैं, ये बधाई हो आपको। 392 पर पहुंच चुका है, आज भी 6% तक की तेजी है, मजबूती के साथ ये स्टॉक आगे बढ़ रहा है। अब देखना ये शॉर्ट टर्म में क्या यहाँ पर बने रहने की सलाह बनेगी जय, या फिर कुछ प्रॉफिट्स लेकर निकल जाएं, क्या सलाह देना चाहेंगे?
I think Sakshi, the overall derivatives data अगर मैं देखूँ बायोकॉन का फॉर दिस सीरीज इज पॉजिटिव है, वो देखकर तुम जैसा लग रहा है। एज डिस्क्लेमर मैं ये भी चीज कहना चाहूंगा कि हमने हमारे क्लाइंट्स को बायोकॉन फ्रॉम द डेरिवेटिव्स एंड क्वांट आउटलुक हमने रेकमेंड किया हुआ है, राइट? बिकॉज हमारा व्यू है ये पॉजिटिव है, एंड ये मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि 425 के लेवल से गोइंग फॉरवर्ड दिखा सकता है। अभी तो 390 92 के आसपास है स्पॉट में। 375 का सर आप लगाइए अपना ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस, तो आपके भाव के भी ऊपर हो गया, समझ लीजिए अगर नीचे आ गया तो आपको लॉस नहीं होगा। 375 के स्टॉप लॉस के साथ क्लोजिंग बेसिस आप होल्ड कीजिए। 400 इमीडिएट टारगेट होगा, पर 425 पोजिशनल टारगेट है हमारा, तो आप इसमें बने रह सकते हैं।
ओके, आई होप आपको भी यहाँ सवाल का जवाब मिल गया होगा। नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं एक सवाल विनीत कुलकर्णी का। ये यूट्यूब पे हमारे व्यूअर हैं और जो लिखते हैं वाटर ट्रीटमेंट सेक्टर की कुछ स्टॉक्स, which stocks can be good for long term, 10-20 years, what would you suggest? Okay, so yes, this is one space that everybody is really looking forward to as a theme that could emerge, a promising one for the absolute long term. Water treatment, since that is something that everybody is bullish on. Jay, anything that you have got your attention on?
See, basically, Wellspun Enterprises is doing good in this. I would say it's among the non-FNO. I mean, that's been doing good. उनके numbers भी कल आए, तो उन्होंने अच्छा काम किया है. Thermax definitely, has been one of the good stock which has been doing good in this space, right? So I think Thermax recently काफी correct हुआ भी है. So that can be one of the stock which can be looked upon from that point of view. Thermax, Wellspun, I mean. का रिलेटिवली प्राइस परफॉर्मेंस भी अच्छा रहा है, स्टॉक स्पेसिफिकली एज अ कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस भी अच्छा रहा है, डिलीवरिंग गुड रिटर्न। मैंने मैनेजमेंट कमेंट्री भी थोड़ी बहुत सुनी थी वेल्सपन एंटरप्राइज की, ऑल्सो आई एम नॉट अ फंडामेंटल एनालिस्ट एंड the outlook is positive. So I think these are the two stocks which have performed quite well in the past. Historically, they have done good. Fundamentally, they are doing good. As a disclaimer, I would say that I will track fundamentals, but based on whatever I understand, I think these are the two stocks which are good.
Okay, got that. One more question we'll just squeeze in with you, and this one is from Maurya. He's from Bengaluru. He says, I hold Coal India shares at the rate of 420, and in fact there's a call option that he has taken of February 27 on this one, and BHEL a call option at 245. So he wants your outlook on that. So these are call options for Coal India and for BHEL. Coal India 420, BHEL 245.
See, I would say that both of these stocks which you have chosen actually are good from the derivatives point of view, are good because it's quite beaten down and there have been huge shorts that got built up out here, and there is a good possibility of a short covering because the entire PS2 segment, public sector enterprise, are seeing good short covering. We are seeing a positive divergence. There are a lot of shorts out here, index is covering, so these stocks are also likely to cover. But the strike which he has chosen, I mean, 420 for Coal India is too far away. I mean, so what he can do is, because for that the stock requires to go up by 10% or more to be in the money. And even if, suppose if it moves by 7-8%, okay, by the end of the series, which is a good percentage move, 7-8% in a month, but still your option will be worthless because you are still out of the money, right? So ऐसा होता है ना कि सही जाकर भी पैसा नहीं आया, right? That is what happened. So for that, what you can do is either shift it to 400 strike from 420, okay, so that you end up in the money by the end of the series. Else you sell to reduce your risk, you sell out of the money call option as well. Probably 430 आप call option बेच दीजिए, वो better रहेगा. BHEL similarly, I mean, I guess his purchase of 240 quite away. I mean, that's 30 points away from the current levels. That's 15% move. आ सकता है 15%, ऐसा नहीं आ सकता. 15% आने के बाद ही आप शायद इन द मनी आएंगे. सो दैट्स टू मच आस्किंग इन मंथ. प्रोबब्ली इधर यहाँ पे भी आप शिफ्ट कर लो नीचे 210 220 के स्ट्राइक में, इफ यू कैन लोअर डाउन योर स्ट्राइक सो दैट इफ एट ऑल देयर इज अ बाउंस यू कैन मेक मनी क्विकली. एल्स आप इसमें भी एक हायर लेवल का कॉल ऑप्शन बेच बुल कॉल स्प्रेड में कन्वर्ट कर दीजिए सो दैट योर दिस लॉट विल बी फेवरेबल.
Okay, I hope this has helped you understand the strategies of both the stocks, Maurya, to reduce your risk reward and get the higher chances of making money on both these stocks. Jay has really well explained to you both the scenarios right there. We will take just one last question with you, Jay, and this is from Gul. She is from Kerala, and she writes in by saying that I have Hero MotoCorp shares purchased at 4,449. And she's sitting on a small loss, and she wants to know, after yesterday's news on GST demand notice, the stock price, will it drop further, should I hold or exit, and have a 1 year time horizon on this one. Fundamentally, technically, both speaking, how would you look at Hero Moto?
Well, I'm not that an expert actually to comment much on fundamentals, but whatever we understood, and we have come out with a budget report as well, our outlook on the auto sector, and we think the auto sector will benefit from the the measures or the steps taken by the FM in the budget by announcing the slab from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs, no tax until then, and that will definitely boost the consumption, and auto is one sector which will definitely benefit out of it. And mainly within that, if you look at, then it would be two-wheelers, TVS, Bajaj, Hero, all of them are likely to benefit. I mean, looking from the derivative point of view in the short term, so that's the fundamental outlook, I would say, from the budget point of view. In the short term, looking at the derivatives data, actually, I would say that there were a lot of shorts that got built up in the auto sector. Auto had huge shorts, within which two-wheeler space, TVS, Bajaj, and Hero had also seen more than more shorts as compared to that of the four-wheeler names, or maybe CVs or PVs. Okay. So hence we are likely to see further short covering happening in Hero and Bajaj. TVS Motors have already seen much of it, and that's the leader as well nowadays. But then Bajaj and Hero both are likely to witness that short covering. But Hero can go to 4,500, 4,600 in the short term. So there is a good chance that you get an exit if you are a short-term trader above your price. If you are a long-term investor, then definitely, as I said, the kind of measures which the FM has taken in the budget, it will definitely have the effect in the long run fundamental.
Fair point right there. If you could just extend a bit, Jay, we'd like to squeeze in some more questions that are coming in for you on the show. Let's take a few questions again from our YouTube viewers list, those who are sending in their questions. Again, Kunal Shinde wants to know on Motilal Oswal, what is your view? The entire capital markets is getting a lot of traction again today, and therefore all the viewers are also coming back again and asking on such related stocks. Even Motilal Oswal, that also pulled up in trade today. Your suggestion on this one?
Yeah, see, I mean, this is also one stock which had gone up quite a lot and quite sharply.
Yeah.
So April 23, you can see the levels is 150, and from 150 actually, I mean, we saw the stock going beyond 1,000 as well. I mean, so that was more than 6-7 times kind of a return within 15 to 18 months, and hence we have seen a sharp correction. I think that's the relatively this stock looks expensive to me now, and the bounce back which has come can be used as a exit, or maybe one can exit at the high levels as well. We can see a retracement coming of this stock until the levels of say 780, 800 would be a good exit point, as relatively I believe technically as well, I mean, it's overvalued.
Okay. We have Nirmal from Alwar in Rajasthan writing into you, Jay, saying, hi Jay sir, I want to know your view on Tejas Network. I bought 100 shares at 1150, so what should I do now? Again, telecom theme has been very volatile, but every time there is some buzz, Tejas Networks is the first one to react positively. How are you looking at the stock at this current level?
Tejas has, I mean, as far as defense names are concerned, this stock has done good. I mean, post listing, it did not perform well. I mean, Sakshi, it's listed 17 around the levels of say 250, from which it saw downtrend until 30 levels. It was quite oversold then. But from the kind of recovery which you've seen, Sakshi, I mean, from COVID lows from 30, this stock went till 1500. It's almost 50 times kind of a move which we've already seen now. Expecting the similar kind of a move in the long run as well, I would say there are relatively better fundamental stocks or maybe technically other stocks in defense names which have more upside likely, relatively cheaper. So if you are in profit, I think you should be looking because we have seen this stock delivering 50 times return. Okay, from its lows, not from its listing. From its listing, it
Yeah,
was on
yeah.
five times only. But short term, I think it was quite overbought. The momentum has weakened as well. So it might take time for bottoming out, and well, it might be there can be some good price and time-wise correction going forward.
No, fair point right there. Jay, thank you so much for answering all those questions very patiently, helping all our viewers understand with a long, deep perspective as to what is the key strategy to adopt in the current market scenario and on the stocks that they hold as well. So thank you. Always appreciate your time with us on Business
Thank you.
Today.
Pleasure as always, to be on your show. Looking forward, to catch up next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, see you soon. Viewers, we also will now move to the next segment of our show, and that's with another guest. Kunal B. Parar joins in, Vice President Technical Research at Choice Equity Broking. Hi, Kunal. Good to have you. Tell us any key stocks that have come afresh onto your radar now that the budget has got digested. There is some bounce returning to the D Street as well. We are above 23,700. Are there opportunities where you're looking at to buy some stocks?
Definitely, and opportunity is there because I think most of the volatility has been just settled down after this budget, and we are seeing a very good upside momentum, particularly in the large cap counters. If you talk about few large cap counters, then Voltage looks very good right now. Voltage is trading at 1400, and we may see a good upside momentum up to the level of 1500 to 1550. So one can get into the stock at present level while we will keep SL at 1360. If you talk about another stock, then Shriram Finance looks very attractive right now. Shriram Finance is trading at 577. We may see a good upside momentum in the counter. We can keep SL at 560. If you talk about upper side target, then first target comes at 600, and if stock breaks this 600, then further upside would be there up to the level of 620. So in terms of capital, in terms of consumer durables and in NBFCs, I think Shriram Finance and Voltas, both these stocks looks very good.
Okay, hope this has answered your question as far as the key stocks that all our viewers keep asking on where to invest in the current market. So please hoping that all of you have taken that down. We'll start taking all your questions now with Kunal. Kunal, we have the first question from Mohit from Ludhiana. Says, I have purchased Sterling and Wilson Solar, SW Solar, for next 3 years. Is it a good space to be in?
Well, if we talk about overall energy packs and that too particularly with the renewable energy, I think please hold the stock right now. It is trading at 330 level, and we may see some kind of bounce back in this counter because stock has a strong support at 300 level. If you talk about upper side, then first target that we can see the 360, and moreover it would be 460 would be there. So please hold the stocks, or even you can go for the fresh average as well with the strict SL at 305, 300 levels.
Okay, fine. We got that answer. Subramaniam P wants to know, hi Sakshi, I bought 200 Tanla platform shares 1 year back at the rate of 836. Now I want to know, should I book losses? I've been holding for far too long, or should I continue to hold on Tanla platforms? Bought at 836, sitting on losses. What's the view?
Right now, please hold the stock because stock has been trading in a range bound momentum since last 1 to 2 weeks. Right now, stock is trading at 568 levels, and we are seeing some sort of bounce back momentum from the present level up to the level of 600. And if stock breaks this 600, then further upside would be there up to the level of 800. So do not exit from this stock as of now. Hold it. If stock sustain above 600, then you can go for fresh average after getting the confirmation. Afterwards, we may see a good upside momentum up to the level of 800.
Okay, let's take another one. This is from Sai Reddy. He's from Hyderabad. Says, hi, good afternoon. You guys are doing a great job helping out retail investors with daily calls. Thank you so much, Mr. Sai Reddy, for writing in such appreciative words. I hope that you're getting the great guidance that all of our guests are sharing with you and you're getting on track when it comes to your investment journey. He's thinking of buying EIH hotels now, Kunal. Now he wants to know what should be the entry price on this, and it's trading below to its peers. So what does that mean really, and does it offer any opportunity to invest in? Of course, tourism is again a focus for the government. In the budget also a lot of announcements came in. Hotel stocks are again coming back in flavor. How would you look at EIH hotels versus others?
Well, but let's talk on this stock first. Right now, stock is trading at 403 level. We have seen some bullish reversal formation. Stock has already took the support of its 340 levels,
Yeah.
and it is trading above its 50 days, 20 days moving average. So we are seeing good upside momentum in the counter up to the level of 440, and if stock breaks these 440. Then further upside would be there up to the level of 480. So one can get into the stock at present level with the strict SL somewhere around 370. Risk reward is in favor for creating a long position. Now one can even keep an eye on the Indian hotel because the way stock has been trading on a daily chart, we may see a good upside momentum in the counter itself. Right now, stock is trading at 830 level. Stock has formed a bullish hammer candlestick formation on a smaller time frame. So all the equation goes in favor of creating a long position only. One can get into the stock at present level. We will keep SL at 800 level. If you talk about upper side target, then the first target comes at 880, and if stock breaks this 880, then further upside would be there up to the level of 930. So both the stock, Indian Hotel and EIH Hotels, both looks very attractive at present level.
All right. Okay, we have a caller with us, Momita from Kolkata. Hi, Momita. How are you?
Hi, Sakshi. I'm good. How are you?
Very well, Momita. Good to hear from you. Tell us, how can we help you today?
So I needed a view on two stocks. One is EMBDL, which I've purchased at 133 rupees, and the other is Hindustan Construction (HCC), which I have at 36. I just want to know, and this is for a short term, so I just want to know what should I do? Should I hold, or would this be a good time to exit?
Okay, sure. We'll definitely get you your view here. We have Kunal with us to answer your queries. First up, let's answer on EMBDL. That's the first one that you are holding, and that's Equinox India Developments. The stock is at 154, 2% higher today, and you bought it at 133, which means you're sitting on profits, and you now want to know, because it's for a short term, what should be the strategy. Fair enough. The other one is HCC, or Hindustan Construction Company, at 36. Let's look at both the charts and help her out, Kunal, when it comes to the short term view.
Let's first talk on this Equinox. Right now, stock is trading at 154, trading above all its long-term, short-term, and trading moving averages. I think we may see a good upside momentum up to the level of 163. So, if it's purely for short-term purposes, then you can exit this stock you can exit this stock at 163. And if you talk about HCC, right now HCC is trading at somewhere around 32.25. Stock has from hammer candlestick formation. Not only this stock also take the support of its previous bottom on a weekly chart. So we may see some kind of bounce back momentum in the counter up to the level of 36. And if stock breaks this 36, then further upside would be there up to the level of 42. So please hold this stock as of now. We may see a good upside momentum in both this counter.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered your question, Momita. Next, we have a question from Vinod Chaudhary. Says, hi, thank you so much for doing this for us retailers. Thanks, Vinod, for writing in. His question is, could you please help me with two stocks? One is Archean Chemicals, and the other one is Hindustan Aeronautics, or HAL. And he wants to know if he can add these stocks on multiple levels in his portfolio. Archean Chemicals and HAL. Any multiple entry points that you can suggest to the viewer?
Well, let's particularly talk on this HL first. Right now, HL is trading at 3,800 level. On a weekly chart, stock has a strong support at 3,500. Not only this, if we talk about 20 days moving average on a hourly chart, stock has been trading above it. So positive trend is there on the counter for the time being. You can get into the stock at present level with strict stop loss at 3,500. If you talk about upper side target, and first target comes at 4,250, and if stock breaks this 4,250, then further upside would be there up to the level of 4,750. So risk reward is in favor for creating a long position only. And may I know the second stock's name?
So the second one is HAL, and the first one was Arcane Chemicals.
Yeah, actually,
Arcane.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to find the stocks, but I'm not getting it on my chart right now.
Okay, no worries. We'll take the other question then. We'll take this question from Tekpal Bhatia now. His question is on Kim's hospital space, healthcare space is what he is looking at. What would you say on this one? Do you have this chart? Let me just pull it out for you also and tell you what the current price is. Kim's currently, Krishna Institute of Medical Sciences, it is 647. It's at the day's high, 1.2% higher. How are the charts for this one looking?
Well, if you talk about this particular stock right now, stock is trading at 647, and stock has a strong support at 600, 580, and we may see a good upside momentum based on the some technical chart formation. First target that we can see the counter is 675, and stock breaks this 675, then further upside would be there up to the level of 760. So we may see a good upside momentum. Please hold the stock for an upside target of 675 to 750.
Okay, fair point. Let's take the other one then. This is from one of our callers who's with us on the phone line. Kalpesh Patel from Mumbai is with us. Hi Kalpesh ji, कैसे हैं आप? कल्पेश जी, ओके, आई थिंक कनेक्शन हमारा टूट गया है. हम तब तक कोई और सवाल लेते हैं. एक सवाल आया है हमारे पास यूट्यूब पे. ये नमिता अरोरा का सवाल है और लिखती हैं, साक्षी, हाउ आर यू डूइंग टुडे? वेरी वेल नमिता, आई होप द सेम फॉर यू. Namita says, I'm running short of funds, but I still want to invest in the markets. I want to invest 1 lakh rupees more. So I want to know, should I invest this money on the same stocks that I'm making a huge loss on, or should I deploy it differently? Well, Namita, we would actually have to look at the key stocks where you're actually making losses to tell you exactly whether it makes sense to further average on the lower end for those stocks. But yes, I can completely understand. Over the last 4 months of decline in the markets, a lot of investors' portfolios are bleeding. Many have lost a lot of ground, and therefore, one definitely needs to know what the right strategy should be. Kunal, what are you suggesting for those who are still getting the courage to invest in this market but are continuing to see their portfolios bleed? Should they put in more money to add afresh wherever they are making losses? Should they save it to see whether the trend completely improves and only then invest in certain stocks that they are incurring heavy losses on? What should be the overall idea?
Well, there are two part. If I know the stocks name where our viewer is incurring a loss, then I can give my view on that part. But if anybody want to go for fresh buying at present level, then Voltas looks very attractive. Voltas is trading at 1410. We have already said our view, but the way stock has been trading, I think we may see a good upside momentum up to the level of 1500 to 1700 itself. So first stock is Voltas. One can add this stock in their portfolio. Second one is Asian Paint. No doubt, we have seen a huge correction, particularly in this counter, but gradually stock is making a good bottom formation. Even it has a good support in weekly chart as well. So even in Asian Paint, we may see a good upside momentum in the counter. No doubt, today itself counter is down by 3%, but nothing to worry about this counter. Fundamental is too good for this counter. So Voltas, Asian Paint, and yeah, third stock is Geo Finance. This stock looks very attractive. So one can go for creating a long position, particularly in these three counters.
Okay, got that. Well, I hope this has answered your question. Okay, Namita has definitely sent her list of stocks where she is making losses. Let's actually analyze that a little bit deeper also, Kunal. We have Adani Power, Jupiter Wagons, and Asian Paints, like you pointed out. So, Namita, that part is taken care of because Asian Paints, Kunal has already given his view on. So, the two stocks where she is making more losses are Adani Power and Jupiter Wagons. What should she do?
Well, as of now, please avoid Adani Power because high volatility is there, and I'm not seeing any upside momentum in the counter. And if you talk about Jupiter Wagon, right now Jupiter Wagon is trading at 358. We may see further downside momentum in the counter up to the level of 300 to 280. And if stock approaches this level 300 to 280, then only I think Namita should go for averaging. As of now, please avoid this counter for the fresh averaging.
Okay, got that. We'll take another question. Okay, Kalpesh is with us on the phone line again from Mumbai. Hi, Kalpesh. How are you?
મેમ એકદમ બઢિયા હું આપ કેમ છો કુણાલ ભાઈ બહુ ટાઈમ પછી મળ્યા
કેમ છો કલ્પેશ ભાઈ?
एकदम सारू मैम मैंने कुणाल भाई मैंने बीएससी का फ्यूचर शॉर्ट सेल किया हुआ है @5750 ये आजकल में इसका रिजल्ट है तो क्या 10% का सर्किट कब मार सकता है और दूसरा सवाल ये फ्राइडे को आरबीआई पॉलिसी है तो आरबीआई पॉलिसी में हर कोई सोच रहा है रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट होगा 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 अगर नहीं होगा तो कितना मार्केट डाउन जाएगा अब खराब ही सोचना है कि नहीं होगा तो कितना होगा
ओके, चलिए, तो ये हमारे सबसे बड़े शॉर्ट सेलर हैं और बिजनेस टुडे टेलीविजन पे डेली कॉल्स पे आने वाले रेगुलर व्यूअर हैं हमारे। और बाजार चाहे कितना भी तेज़ हो, ये शॉर्ट करके पैसा कमाने में बिलीव करते हैं। कल्पेश जी, आप के साथ इनका काफ़ी अच्छा बॉन्ड है ऑन एयर, क्योंकि आप दोनों गुजराती में काफ़ी बढ़िया कॉन्वर्सेशंस करते हैं। तो बताइए, इनका जो बीएससी पे अनुमान है कि 10% तक का सर्किट लोअर पे कब लग सकता है, और इनका जो उम्मीद है कि 4900 तक तो इसका टारगेट आ जाए। 5700 पर चल रहा है, 3% आज ऊपर है, तो यहाँ पर क्या करें?
वेल कल्पेश जी, 5750 के राउंड आपका ये शॉर्ट है। मैं कहूंगा कि 5800 का एसएल मेंटेन करके रखिए। वही एसएल है जो गैप डाउन ओपनिंग पे स्टॉक ने बनाया था। नाउ रिजल्ट की बात है, 10% सर्किट मानेगा कि नहीं मानेगा वो हम नहीं बोल सकते, लेकिन अगर यहाँ से ये स्टॉक गिरता है तो आपको निचले लेवल पे 5550 और उसके नीचे भी आपको 5480 तक के लेवल ये दिखा सकता है। नाउ रही बात आरबीआई के मॉनिटर की पॉलिसी, तो इस टाइम आरबीआई मॉनिटर पॉलिसी में रेट कट होगा कि नहीं होगा, उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होगा नए आरबीआई के गवर्नर की कमेंट्री, पर्टिकुलरली ऑन गोइंग जो डॉलर वीक रुपी जो वीक हो रहा है, और ऑन गोइंग जो जीडीपी के जो ग्रोथ रेट आ रहे हैं एंड जो इन्फ्लेशन को लेके है उसको लेके। नाउ नए आरबीआई गवर्नर की क्या कमेंट्री है उसके ऊपर मार्केट ज्यादा रिएक्ट करेगा, रादर टू रिएक्ट ऑन दिस रेट कट होगा कि नहीं है, तो इसके ऊपर आपको थोड़ा सा फोकस करके चलना है। बीएससी पे फ्यूचर में आप 5800 का एक एसएल मेंटेन करके चलिए।
Okay, thank you so much, Kunal, for answering all the questions of our viewers, and appreciate your time as always on the show. Market slightly lower now, 23,722, about 17 points lower, but let's see how it goes. 2.5 hours remaining. Let's see how the day progresses from here on right there. But the Nifty Bank is about 0.5% up, 50,404. So that's outperforming the benchmark index as we speak. All right, we'll wrap it up at that, but do stay tuned on to Business Today Television. Market coverage continues on the other side.